Okay, folks, it's your weekend, hands-free Wrestleride with Mike, safety first. And I know it's, Raw Protest week number 6 is coming up, but we'll just call this a hybrid Wrestleride. And, folks, like I said, we've all, as wrestling fans, and I do feel like William Shatner at this Star Trek convention on Saturday Night Live, like that 1985 skit or 87, whenever the fuck it was. And I know some people are watching my videos, some new fans, some new friends. We're not fans, we're friends here, folks. And some people, and I feel bad, honestly, for the wrestling fans these days, because when you have to put politics and you have to start weighing your wrestling with the world events and politics, and I do put myself in the shoes of the younger wrestling fan and say, man, when I was a young wrestling fan, would I have wanted my enjoyment, of a Ric Flair match or a CM Punk match or a Chris Jericho match or a Hulk Hogan match? Would I have wanted that to have been tainted or tempered by world events? And the answer is no, absolutely not. So I can get why I get some, backlash myself or feedback from people who are upset if I bring up politics and wrestling. But now you get on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the fuck, and everybody's got some type of political bent. It's either, well, who gives a shit? Or I think it sucks, it's horrible. Some people are protesting. It's not about people jumping on my bandwagon or making their own bandwagon. It's people don't want their wrestling and politics to mesh, and so they're getting turned off. And I think the WWE, in full honesty, sometimes people give them too much credit for giving the fans credit. I think the WWE thinks that the fans are so fucking loyal that they don't have brains for themselves and will never do something else with their own goddamn lives. Look how big my fucking arms are these days, folks. See, I've been hitting the goddamn gym, okay? And that's one thing I don't talk about a lot, but I've had troubles with weight and gaining weight, losing weight, all that other shit. These days I do think about my diet as far as food, but I'm more apt to go to the gym and just say, fuck it, I'm going to lift these goddamn weights. And for a couple of months, my attitude has been lift heavier weights for less reps. And for a long time, I was that, I'll do 20 reps. Reps is a repetition for those that have never lifted weights. Reps means like one exercise, one movement, one bicep curl, whatever the fuck. So a lot of times the number 10 or 12 is, do 10 reps, 3 sets of 12. Well, that's boring. So some people say, you gotta do supersets, do 50 reps, do less weight, and you'll make your muscles, they'll be better if you do less weight, more reps. So then some other assholes say, fuck that, do heavier weights and don't worry about the amount of reps. So it's really but for many fucking years, I've been on the less weight, more reps side of things, basically because I didn't want to get injured, which is an important consideration. But now I've said, fuck it, maybe I'll get injured. Maybe I'll just take some chances and try to get some real muscle gains, because the theory is that if you're just doing more reps of the same weight, your body is actually getting conditioned to that, say, 25 pounds. If you just lift 25 pounds all the time, whatever the exercise is, say a bicep curl, your body's used to 25 pounds. So you're not doing your body any favors because you're just doing what it can already do. You have to challenge your body to bicep curl 30 pounds, then 35, then 40, then 45. So that's my fucking schmaltz of the moment. Also, protein's a big fucking controversy. Some people say protein, 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 and other assholes say, who needs all this goddamn protein? I don't eat chicken. I don't eat fucking steaks. I eat seafood, okay? So my fucking solution is to take Garden of Life vegan protein shake, which is actually pretty tasty and delicious. It has some minerals, some fucking compounds, some fucking vitamins. Now you're getting all types of information tonight. You weren't expecting this, were you, people? Hey, look, I see my people. I see my friends on here that watch my videos, and hey, let's face facts, folks. We could all lose some weight. We could all gain some muscle. I think one thing about watching pro wrestling, and let's be honest here, like I always am, part of it is vicarious living, okay? We see a Dolph Ziggler, we know he's fucking Amy Schumer, and granted, you wouldn't want to live with Amy Schumer your whole goddamn life. I mean, that would make you want to kill yourself. But for a fuck or two, it might be fun. So we see Dolph Ziggler, he's talking about how he does his stand-up comedy, he's talking about fucking Amy Schumer, Amy Schumer's admitting to fucking Dolph Ziggler, and we say, gee whiz, we'd like to be wrestlers. We see CM Punk, he's fucking AJ Lee, and so forth. Whoever the fuck. You know, even Triple H, oh, he's fucking the Millionaire Princess, whatever the fuck. So we live vicariously through these assholes, and a part of it is because a lot of wrestling fans, no offense, we're not in shape. And I say we, I'm not putting this opus on anyone else. So we live vicariously in this escapism world to forget the fact that we're out of shape, we're miserable, we don't have girls, whatever the fuck it is. And we see these goddamn wrestlers, and for a few moments we can think that we're these guys. But we're not. But we could be. Ooh, I just saw a dead animal. That's a Wrestleride first. I'm not going to show you that, don't worry. So we live vicariously through these goddamn wrestlers. Now, as you know, I've been raw protesting, I've been boycotting WWE. I just started a new hashtag, capital F, lowercase the, uppercase E, F the E. Hashtag F the E, which means fuck the E. You figure it out. Now, this Crown Jewel shit, guess what, folks? I canceled the goddamn network. I didn't watch the goddamn Crown Jewel. But to keep abreast of the situation, I watched a couple of podcasts. I watched the Wrestle Talk Fox. Started to watch a little Joe Cronin. Started to watch a little JD from New York or whatever the fuck. And listening to those guys and their opinions. And to me, it's almost like the Wrestle Talk guys, Ollie and Luke, were just laughing and giggling about it. And saying, oh my, we got whooped. Oh my. And I get it, but it's like this, guys. You put 3 or 4 hours of your fucking day into this thing. And granted, they're making a few, dollars for their fish and chips or whatever the fuck, or their Daily Sun subscription, by watching this god-awful wrestling. What a fucking blanket I just put on all the UK folks. They eat fish and chips. I eat fish and chips. That's fish and French fries, for those that don't know. But, and I don't know if they still wrap it in newspaper or if that's illegal now, because the news ink gets on the fucking fish. Any fucking way. Think about all the things we know about now that we didn't realize. Like, oh, if you put fucking newspaper on a fish, you're going to be eating newspaper all goddamn night. I put the light on the situation. Now the other thing is this, folks. It's a scary fucking Wrestleride, isn't it? I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. What was I babbling about? Just the fact, okay, this goddamn Crown Jewel. So I know I didn't watch it, but I did sneak a peek at a fucking YouTube highlight reel. Some bootleg asshole made a fucking bootleg, and I watched it. I won't tell you the channel, but I found it. And basically, it's like this 3-hour show in 27 minutes. And I've done this type of thing for fucking Raw before. It's great. It's a Cliff Notes. And I hate that I'm just... Not that I'm forced, but I wish wrestling was something, with WWE at least, that I could sit there and watch the whole show. But now it's like, just show me the fucking highlights. So you see Hogan come out, and it's like, okay. It's such a backhanded compliment. Like, they banned the guy for 3 years, but now it's when you want the Hulkster. You know what I mean? And look, I had a video that I said that Hogan and Vince should get back together before one of them fucking drops dead, like we all do. And here they are back together, but it's kind of like such an empty fucking thing. It's like asking the girl to the prom after you've asked all her sisters out to the prom and they've all said no. Then you ask the ugly sister. It's like, okay, Hulk, now we want you to go to fucking Saudi Arabia after we blew your ass off for 3 years and kicked you out of the fucking website and all this other shit. So, at the same fucking time, there's people that are infuriated with Hogan, people that hate Hogan, and I can't blame them. But all I can tell you is what I can tell you. Next point is this. Then they're showing all these goddamn matches. Now, the big dick in the ass swerve is, okay, we're having this whole big fucking tournament. Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, Dolph. I predicted Dolph to win. And I wouldn't be surprised on Monday Night Raw if Dolph claimed that he did win and Shane cheated and he didn't wrestle a fucking opening match or a semifinal. So it's just the daddy's son. And look, the Wrestle Talk fucks were just giggling and laughing and seeing the absurdity in all of it. And you can do that. You can just say, oh, they got one over on us. It's almost like the producers. I had another video. The WWE is like the producers. They're making the worst possible wrestling product in the world just to see if anyone's still watching it. And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I really don't. If you're going to have all these talented people in this tournament, or men anyway, United States guys, Rey Mysterio, Dolph Ziggler, fucking everybody, why couldn't you have one of those guys win the thing straight out? Why this convoluted way to just give a McMahon a push? And I think one thing that WWE wrestling fans do, we always try to find the logic and the reasoning and, oh, they did this because of this, and this is going to lead to somewhere. Might I remind you, Triple H and Braun Strowman having a confrontation at Survivor Series last year at the end of the pay-per-view? Did that lead to a Braun Strowman Triple H match at any point? I don't think it did. Didn't it come down to, I think it was like Triple H, Angle, and Strowman versus Shane McMahon or some such thing? And more or less, fucking Triple H and Braun Strowman are left standing there as the winners of the Survivor Series match. And then Triple H tried to turn on Braun, or he beat him up, or whatever the fuck. And like, oh, okay, now they're going to do a Triple H Braun program. Well, guess what, assholes? They didn't do it. So, there you fucking have it. It doesn't... We're not going to have, or we might, but who cares if you have a Dolph Ziggler, Shane McMahon feud? I mean, does that percolate you? Does that make you excited? Why should it? It's the guy that fucked Amy Schumer and the guy that left the WWE for 7 years. Okay? So there you have it, folks. As far as the matches, the title matches, okay, Brock Lesnar humiliates Braun Strowman. 6 months ago, or even 3 months ago, Braun Strowman was over. He was huge. People loved him. They loved their monster. Oh my God. We actually had someone that people cheered for. But they ruined him. They fucking ruined him. They turned him heel for no good reason. And then they made him a guy who has to team up with Dolph fucking Ziggler, and a guy that, if anything, should be his rival, Drew McIntyre, who's actually taller than Braun Strowman. So suddenly the monster doesn't look quite like the monster if his buddy is just as big or bigger than him and in better shape, no offense. So what the fuck? And you've ruined this character. You finally, slipped on a banana peel twice a day, and you've got Braun Strowman over, and now you just destroyed his character. And so what the fuck? That's why I say it's like the producers. The WWE is destroying itself to collect insurance or whatever. So I think we always, as wrestling fans, we want to give this company the benefit of the doubt. The Wrestle Talk Fox, I guess I watched their whole video, so I have a lot of thoughts on what they said. But they're like, this company is run by geniuses. There's so many geniuses. I don't think it's genius. I think it's slipping on a banana peel twice a day. I mean, I really don't think that having Shane McMahon winning this goddamn tournament and having Braun Strowman get jobbed to Brock Lesnar, I don't think that's genius. I don't see that as being genius at all. and people want to see the genius in shitty promoting or shitty booking or shitty decisions. The real genius comes from wising up to the game and not watching as much. And you can boycott WWE, you can say fuck Raw protest, or you can just, minimize the damage to your lives by not watching this god-awful programming with such loyalty. And I do feel that there is something buried within every podcaster or every fucking YouTuber who does wrestling stuff. We all secretly want to get that call from Vince McMahon. What? You want to hire me? Of course! We all secretly want them to think that our videos are so insightful, and how can they continue to run the company without us? So we do these videos hoping that Vince is going to see it and fucking hire us, and Triple H and Stephanie are going to hire us. They're not going to hire us, folks. We're just wasting our lives watching wrestling. So that's your fucking Wrestleride with Mike. I'm running out of time. MikeMessier.com, blah, 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 blah. And hope you enjoy your fucking Sunday. MikeMessier.com. Thanks for wrestle riding.